Did you know that the dollar sign was once a symbol for the Spanish peso? Picture this. It's the 18th century, and Spanish currency, specifically the peso, is widely circulated and recognized. The Spanish peso, often referred to as the Spanish dollar, was heavily used in international trade, particularly in the United States. It's not just a symbol, it's a story. The story of the dollar sign is a tale of influence and adaptation. The two vertical lines crossing a capital S were originally an abbreviation for PS, which stood for peso. Over time, the P and S were melded together, and voila, the dollar sign was born. This symbol, which we now associate with the US dollar, represents a significant part of our history. It's a testament to the Spanish peso's influence during colonial times, a time when the Spanish Empire was a global superpower. So, the symbol we all know and use today started off as a representation of the Spanish peso. The dollar as we know it today was born out of necessity. Picture this: the United States, fresh off the heels of the Revolutionary War, was a young nation trying to establish itself. The country was a hodgepodge of different currencies. From British pounds and Spanish dollars to Native American wampum and colonial scrip, it was a veritable potpourri of financial systems. This cacophony of currencies created chaos in the economy, leading to confusion and instability. The need for a unified currency was clear. Enter the Coinage Act of 1792. This pivotal piece of legislation was a game changer. It established the dollar as the standard unit of money in the United States. The act was more than just a law. It was a statement of intent, a declaration of the country's newfound financial independence. The Coinage Act did more than just create a single currency. It also established the United States Mint, which was entrusted with the responsibility of producing the nation's coins. The act defined the dollar in terms of silver and gold, setting a bimetallic standard that would last for over a century. So why the dollar? Why not stick with the British pound or the Spanish dollar? The reasons are manifold. Firstly, it was a break from the colonial past. Using the pound would have been a constant reminder of British rule. Secondly, the Spanish dollar, though widely used, was a foreign currency. The United States needed a currency that was distinctly American. The name dollar was chosen for its familiarity and simplicity. It was derived from thaler, a silver coin used throughout Europe for hundreds of years. The dollar sign, an S with one or two vertical lines through it, is believed to be a simplified representation of the Pillars of Hercules, a symbol found on the Spanish dollar. The birth of the dollar was more than just the creation of a currency. It was a statement of unity, an assertion of national identity. It was the United States saying, "We're here, we're independent, and we're united." Thus, the dollar, a symbol of unity and national identity, was born. As the United States grew, so did the dollar. The dollar, like the nation it represents, has never been static. It has evolved in design, composition, and significance, mirroring the changing times and the nation's journey through history. Let's wind back the clock to the late 18th century. Coins were the primary form of currency, but they were cumbersome, especially for large transactions. The need for a more convenient medium of exchange led to an innovative solution: paper money. The first federally issued paper money appeared during the Civil War, known as greenbacks for their distinctive color. The introduction of paper money was a game changer. It was easier to carry, more practical for large transactions, and it opened up new possibilities for the economy. But this was just the start of the dollar's evolution. Over the years, the design of the dollar has undergone significant changes. Early paper dollars were larger than today's bills and featured intricate designs, often with images of national figures or symbols. As technology advanced, so did the methods of printing money. The notes became smaller, the designs more intricate, and security features more advanced to deter counterfeiting. The composition of the dollar also evolved. The silver dollar, once a mainstay of American currency, gradually fell out of favor as the nation moved towards a fiat money system where the dollar's value is not backed by a physical commodity like gold or silver, but by the trust and confidence of the people who use it. But the changes to the dollar were not just about practicality or aesthetics. Each alteration, each new design, was a reflection of the nation's growth and evolution. The images and symbols chosen for the dollar tell a story of the country's identity, values, and aspirations. The dollar, therefore, is not just a piece of paper or a piece of metal. It's a symbol, it's a statement, it's a piece of history. The dollar was not just a currency, it was a reflection of the nation's growth and evolution. The dollar didn't just stay within the borders of the United States. Its influence extended far beyond, reaching into the corners of the world. In the mid-20th century, the dollar's international prominence was solidified at a conference in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. In the summer of 1944, representatives from 44 nations gathered at the Mount Washington Hotel for the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, better known as the Bretton Woods Conference. This conference was an attempt to prepare for the post-war economic order, and the dollar was poised to play a central role. The Bretton Woods Agreement established the dollar as the world's reserve currency. This meant that other countries would peg their currencies to the dollar, which in turn was pegged to gold. This gave the dollar a unique and powerful position in the global economy. But what does it mean to be the world's reserve currency? Well, it means the dollar became the standard unit of international trade. Oil, gold, and other commodities were priced in dollars. Countries held dollars in their foreign exchange reserves to stabilize their own currencies. The implications of this status were profound. It allowed the United States to borrow money at lower costs, and it facilitated international trade. However, it also meant the U.S. had to manage its monetary policy not just with its own economy in mind, but also the impact on the economies of other nations. Over the years, the dollar's position as the world's reserve currency has been both a boon and a burden. It has contributed to the United States' economic dominance, but it has also led to trade imbalances and financial crises in other parts of the world. The Bretton Woods system eventually collapsed in the early 70s, but the dollar's role as the world's primary reserve currency remains. Even today, more than 60 years after the conference, the dollar is still the most widely held currency in foreign exchange reserves. The dollar had become a global powerhouse, and its influence on the international scene continues to reverberate across the world. Today, the dollar holds a special place in the world economy. It isn't just the currency of the United States, it's a global juggernaut, a linchpin that keeps the wheels of international trade and finance turning. The dollar's journey from being a fledgling currency of a young nation to the financial titan that it is today is truly remarkable. It's a story marked by perseverance, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of economic stability. And this journey, my friends, is far from over. In the current global economy, the dollar is more than just a currency. It's a barometer of economic health, a vehicle for international trade, and a tool for global finance. It's the preferred reserve currency for most central banks around the world, acting as a safe haven in times of economic uncertainty. But how did the dollar achieve this status? It's a combination of factors. The strength and stability of the U.S. economy, the size and depth of U.S. financial markets, and the confidence that people around the world have in the dollar, all contribute to its dominance. The dollar's role in international trade is also significant. Most international trade transactions are priced and settled in dollars, making it an essential tool for businesses around the world. Whether it's buying crude oil from Saudi Arabia or selling smartphones in China, the dollar is the currency of choice. In the realm of global finance, the dollar is king. It's the most widely used currency for international borrowing and lending. Central banks around the world hold trillions of dollars in reserves, and major corporations issue bonds in dollars to attract international investors. But with great power comes great responsibility. The dollar's dominance means that the U.S. Federal Reserve's decisions have global ramifications. Interest rate changes, quantitative easing, or tightening monetary policy can send shockwaves through the global economy. The dollar, once a symbol of a young nation, is now a symbol of global economic power. Its journey is a testament to the enduring strength of the American economy and the dynamism of the global financial system. And as we look towards the future, one thing is clear. The dollar's role in the global economy is set to continue for years to come. Let's take a quick look back at the journey of the dollar. Our story began with an unusual start where the concept of a unified currency was but a distant dream. Then, we witnessed the birth of the dollar, a momentous event that set the stage for a financial revolution. As time passed, the dollar evolved, shifting and adapting to the changing landscapes of American society. We saw its rise on the international scene, a testament to its growing influence and power. It became more than just a national currency. It was a symbol of America's economic might and an essential player in global trade. Today, the dollar stands strong, a testament to the resilience and dynamism of the American economy. And that, my friends, is the fascinating journey of the dollar, a journey that mirrors the growth and evolution of the United States itself.